Hello, this is KYC News. What's What soft drink is your favorite? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, or 7-Up? Coca-Sweet Cola's flavor has long tantalized American palates, but more recently, people have begun sipping on Mexico Coke underneath, an alternate soft drink. The craze. What's really happening with Mexican Coke? Look inside the glass bottle to see everything bubbling. While they are both prepared using the typical Coca-Cola recipe, there are other differences between a Mexican Coke and its conventional counterpart that are not immediately visible on the bottle. The main variation between the two recipes is the sweetener. Both contain carbonated water, a sweetener, caffeine, caramel color, and a secret natural taste. The only difference is the sweetener. In Mexico, cane sugar is used instead of high fructose corn syrup in the production of classic Coca-Cola. There may also be a little modification in the recipe because the Coke's secret ingredients vary somewhat in various nations. Many customers report that the Mexican version prepared with real cane sugar is tastier, although the firm rarely discloses this distinction, according to Serious Eats. This may be because there is a somewhat less strong sweetness. According to the New York Times, in some studies, soda sweetened with real cane sugar is more natural, pure, less harsh, and probably healthier than soda sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, but Coca-Cola wouldn't agree with any of those viewpoints, a spokeswoman said. Consumerists, whether a Coke is sweetened with high fructose corn syrup or sugar, it still tastes like a Coke and is the genuine article. Because they think it to be healthier than the high fructose corn syrup used to sweeten American Coca-Cola, many Americans prefer the cane sugar in Mexican Coke. However, the two sweeteners are chemically similar and your body breaks them down in much the same way. According to Life Science, high fructose corn syrup is regarded as chemically unhealthy and toxic in the minds of many consumers, which is prompting them to rebrand it as corn syrup. This is due to the way that high fructose corn syrup has been widely criticized and shunned in the United States. This has led many consumers to purchase foods and drinks made without it under the assumption that anything that doesn't have it on the ingredient list is more natural. Sugar-leading health columnist for the New York Times Jane Brody claims that the prevalent prejudice against corn syrup is unfounded. According to Michael Jacobson of the Center for Science and the Public Interest, there is no scientific evidence that high fructose corn syrup is more harmful than any other sweetener with comparable calories per gram and chemical composition. New York Times high fructose corn syrup's purported unique toxicity is a fiction. According to Jacobson, there would be no difference in the state of the nation's health if sugar were used in place of corn syrup in all of our food. Therefore, despite the fact that Mexican Coke is not healthier than Coca-Cola, consumers' impression of corn syrup will continue to influence their beverage preferences. Drinking ice-cold soda from the iconic bottle increases the flavor and feel of the beverage, which is another reason why people choose Mexican Coke. The iconic bottle shape, as we know it, is another factor. Its beautiful glass bottle is nostalgic in its appearance. According to the Coca-Cola Company, it wasn't the original design. After other soft drink manufacturers imitated standard bottle forms in an effort to establish a long-lasting national brand identification, the contoured bottle design was developed in 1915. The brand requested a bottle design that would be so distinctive that you could feel it in the dark or spot it laying broken on the ground, one that consumers would associate with for years to come. The winning design mimicked the elongated shape and ribbed texture of a cocoa bean, and in an unprecedented move for a product, the bottle's trademark was applied for in 1961. Packaging, but one that was appropriate for the unique bottle. After a 1925 patent, the bottle is now known as the Contour bottle. According to Refinery29, a French magazine article that used the similar words, the glass bottle is not used for original American Coke as often as cans and plastic bottles have become the norm. Every bottle of Mexican Coke still bears the shape since Mexican bottling facilities continue to employ it. Undoubtedly, the glass contour bottle's flair contributes to Mexican Coke's attraction to many American consumers. A simmering trade spat between the United States and Mexico is one cause for the gap in ingredients, according to Smithsonian Magazine. Sugar has always been a preference for the Mexican soda industry because of the competition posed by corn syrup from the United States. Mexico enacted a levy on high fructose corn syrup in 1997 to support the sugar industry in that nation, which exports a lot of corn syrup, was unhappy with the tariff. They petitioned the World Trade Organization, which upheld the United States' position. Even after these legal setbacks, Mexico seems to be doing something right to prevent high fructose corn syrup from entering their soda industry. 5 years later, Mexico attempted to make corn syrup prohibitively expensive again. This time, the United States went to the World Trade Organization, and again the WTO ruled in the United States' favor. Hey Bruce, you don't mind, but the Mexico Coke that is exported to the US is still manufactured using cane sugar. Coca-Cola has significantly influenced Mexican politics and culture, just as it has on American life. The Coca-Cola business began aggressively marketing in the nation in the 1970s by running national advertising and supporting major sporting events like the Mexico City Olympics. The result was the delightful Mexican Coke that so many Americans adore. Vicente Fox, a former employee of Coca-Cola Mexico, was elected the nation's president in 2000. According to Business Insider, this increased the appeal of the product and encouraged small business owners to only offer Coke, cementing its status as a staple in Mexico. Many of his decisions were motivated by safeguarding large industry, especially Coca-Cola. The New York Times published an article about how Coca-Cola bottling plants' water use during his administration affected the local communities where they are situated. The Guardian investigates everything from creating a unique following that employs cocaine in health and religious practice that would normally be available to citizens. Because of Mexico's high rates of soda consumption and Coke's involvement in the nation's difficulties with obesity and diabetes, it stands to reason that a large firm that permeates a national identity will have negative impacts. When considering a Mexican Coke, it's crucial to take these impacts into account. Thanks for watching.